Well, welcome to 13 News at noon, everyone. Happy first day of spring. It may not feel like it because we went from sunny and 70 to now rain, cold, and there's snow showers. I'm hearing that parts of central Indiana are seeing this
Some
morning.
of you have already seen some of those. I think it's possible. Temperatures are starting to creep up a little bit, so that may limit some of the snow showers. But yes, definitely a far cry from where we were yesterday. Let's get right into it. We also had a busy day yesterday. We often get this time of year, springtime, warm temperatures. Look at all of the severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings that we had yesterday. This was that cold front that was moving through that now has dropped the temperatures in a big way. We're now down into the 30s, maybe a 40 still hanging on, but certainly seeing the colder air move in. Now again, not unheard of in spring to go from severe weather one day to cold and even snow showers the next day. That's what we're dealing with right now. There's some rain and sprinkle, maybe a few snow showers that are moving through over the next several hours. I expect that will continue, but the trend is to get a lot of this to move out of here. Winds are still out of the north and west, but this should eventually help to dry us out a bit. Some gusty winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour, certainly not as strong as they were yesterday. But unfortunately, I had to do this. I had to pull out the wind chill map again because, yes, wind chills are back down into the 20s. Temperatures are in the 30s. Winds are pretty strong and brisk out of the north and west. So, yes, 20 and 30-degree wind chills. There will be some improvement in our forecast. Temperatures may be able to make it back into the 40s today for some of you. We'll keep some rain and snow showers in our forecast. A breezy northwest wind is going to keep the temperatures on the colder side. We'll drop the temperatures back into the 20s for tonight. But I've got sunshine in the forecast for part of your weekend. I also have some rain. I'll outline which is which coming up.
All right, thanks, Rob. And as the weather continues to change, we want you to make sure you have our weather app. This app gives you minute-by-minute updates when the weather impacts here in central Indiana. Now, you can download it for free, and it's available in all app stores. Well, according to the National Weather Service, a tornado was spotted just east of Columbus during last night's severe weather. Columbus is about an hour southeast of Indianapolis. The Sheriff's Department in Bartholomew County shared this video with us and pictures of damage there. Now you can see structures that are badly damaged. Multiple power lines and tree limbs were down. And we are also seeing some destruction in Johnson County at the Franklin Skate Club. That is south of Indy. Now, the building next door had parts of its roof just ripped off by the storm. And these pictures here were taken near Danville around 8 o'clock last night, showing what may be a funnel cloud forming. And it does not stop there. A woman in Putnam County sent 13 News this picture of her sheep shelter. She says the storms lifted it 8 feet in the air and then threw it 45 yards into the trees. Now, we are expecting to learn more from the National Weather Service as they get out to assess all of this damage today. All right, we want to turn now to a lawsuit filed against a former Broad Ripple nightclub after a mass shooting. In that complaint, Dwayne Little says he was hit in the leg by a stray bullet, causing serious injury. This happened in March of 2024 at Landsharks. That's on Broad Ripple Avenue. The suspected gunman killed one person and injured 5 others. Investigators say 2 women started arguing in the bar before the gunfire. Also in the lawsuit, Little says the nightclub's operator should have known the risk and failed to provide adequate security before the shooting. Now, Little is suing for compensatory damages and demanding a trial by jury. Now, we reached out to Landsharks management about this lawsuit, and when we hear back, we will pass along their response. Now, 25-year-old Nicholas Falk, he is the man facing multiple charges in that shooting, including murder. No trial date has been set. Graffiti that someone painted on a Hawville church is now gone, and this is just the beginning in the push to stop this growing problem. If you remember, on Tuesday, we reported someone tagged Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. Both the building and the church bus were targeted by vandals. Volunteers then gathered at the church yesterday to remove the profanity and those symbols. Now the search is on for the people responsible.
This point, really praying for them, for anybody to come to the house of God and to do this, you know, it lets us know that they really need some help.
Now, it is not clear why someone vandalized the outside of the church or the van, but it's not the first time this has happened. Hallville residents say they've seen a rise in graffiti, and police tell us they are working with leaders in the neighborhood to identify the suspects. We reached out to City County Council President Vop Osili, who represents that area. He released a statement saying, quote, "The senseless acts of vandalism at Friendship Missionary Baptist Church were not only disrespectful to the church, but also to the community as a whole." Well, Westfield police are issuing a warning about a game high school seniors are playing called Senior Assassin. Now, officers say there are some serious safety concerns involving water guns. They say students are painting their guns black, which can make them look like real guns, and that creates a dangerous situation. They also warn against playing in or around cars because that will just increase the risk of accidents. Now, officers say playing in public or private areas raise concerns as well, since the people around you might not realize what's happening and they can call 911. So it's important for parents to talk to your kids about safety. And right now there is a petition with more than 1,000 signatures being presented to IBS board members. It's in response to Senate Bill 518, which would divert more tax money to charter schools. Opponents say it could cost public schools some essential funding. Now, those for the bill say it's all about making sure everyone has equal funding. The petition will be presented at a board meeting tonight at 6, and we will let you know what happens later tonight on 13 News at 11. This afternoon, the American Postal Workers Union are rallying at the State House. It's part of a nationwide campaign called Hands Off Our Postal Service. 150 cities are expected to take part in this rally. Union members are hoping to bring awareness to possible federal changes at the United States Postal Service. Funeral arrangements are being announced for a former HSC football player killed in a crash earlier this month. Family and friends are gathering next week to celebrate the life of Mason Alexander. They're inviting the community to join. The services will be next Tuesday at the Fishers Event Center. A visitation is scheduled from 9 a.m. till noon. Now, this celebration of life is scheduled to begin shortly after.